100 joyas del arte sacro de la península de Yucatán.
The Church of St. James in the Santiago district in Mérida is home to one of the most revered statues in the city, the Black Christ of the Transfiguration. This iconic carving is an important focus for devotion of the faithful of Mérida, and it forms an integral part of the cultural and spiritual heritage of the state. Hello, my name's David Phillips. I've lived in Mérida for 35 years. I work as a teacher, I studied history, and I also work as a translator. And I was asked to work on the English translation of this book, the 100 Sacred Treasures of the Yucatán Peninsula. We don't know exactly when it was made or when the cult began, but colonial documents place it somewhere in the 18th century. Throughout the centuries, the Black Christ of St. James has witnessed countless manifestations of faith and tradition, and it's one of the most notable and representative sacred treasures in Yucatan's historical and cultural heritage. I think this is an important book for two main reasons, perhaps three. One is that I've learned an enormous amount about these treasures through working on the text. Things that I didn't know despite having been here for 35 years. And I think this is an important part of it. A lot of people know certain things about Yucatan. They know about the sun, the beaches, they know about the cenotes, they know about the Mayan ruins, but very little about the churches and what's inside them. And I think this book is going to give people an opportunity to see another aspect of Yucatan's cultural history, other things to see, other places to go to make a trip to Yucatan much more fulfilling. Also for local people, I think a lot of people like myself who've been in Mérida for years and years and years really don't know what's there. They walk past these buildings every day perhaps, or they drive past them, and they really don't know what's inside. And if they do know what's inside, or they perhaps go into the church and they say, that looks nice, but they don't know what it is, they don't know anything about it. This book gives people the information they need to appreciate these works of art in a much deeper way. Hopefully, as well, the publicity that this book gives to these works of art, Riodos's paintings, statues, will encourage various different authorities, civil authorities, the civil associations, and of course church authorities, to dedicate perhaps a bit more time, a bit more effort, and obviously a bit more money to maintaining, rescuing, and publicizing these pieces. A lot of the photos in this book, the photos in the book are wonderful photographs, but some of them do show that churches and artworks are not in the best state of repair, and that's something which needs to be resolved, and I think this book and the publicity it gives to these artworks will go a long way towards doing that. For anyone interested in discovering and appreciating the artistic and spiritual heritage of this part of Mexico, this book really is a must-have.
100 joyas del arte sacro de la península de Yucatán.